Do you want to go for a street bike ride this weekend?
That sounds great. I have been wanting to go push hard on a street bike ride in the mountains and use the new qualifying tires and chain lube I just picked up from my motorcycle dealer. I got it at cost. It only cost me $650 for my tires and a can of chain lube.
That does not sound like you got those items at cost. Are you sure they gave you them to you at cost?
Yes, I asked them, and they said, when they give someone something at cost they have to add 10% for ordering the parts, 10% for unpacking the parts, 10% for electricity, 10% for overhead, 10% restocking fee, and 10% for parking. They always treat me right.
Why didn't you just go to CWS? Matt always gives fair deals and great service.
Matt told me he could get my tires and chain lubed for 50% off of retail, but that sounded too complicated to me. I would rather get my parts at cost.
Well, that's up to you. But if you're ready, I thought we would go up 245 to 180 through Wonder Valley.
That sounds great. Maybe we can stop at Mountain House and get something to eat, and then stop at Pinehurst Lodge for a snack.
I think that might be a little too much food in such a short period of time.
My sports doctor says I burn at least 4,000 calories per hour when I'm pushing hard.
That sounds a little bit high for just street riding.
It might for a normal person, but many people have told me I'm not normal. Then after we eat you can videotape me pushing hard.
I can do that, but the last time I did you never stayed in your lane. You were always crossing over the center line into the oncoming traffic. You were lucky that you did not get hurt.
Cars are supposed to pull over for motorcycles, that is the law. And the line in the road is just there to let you know where the center is, so you can hit your apex coming out of the turns.
And what was the deal with the bicycle riders we passed? They were all yelling at you.
Since many bicycle riders do not know the law about moving over for motorcycles, I have had to ride through the middle of their riding groups a couple of times.
They did not look happy at all.
No, this is not the case. They now all pull over for me, wave their fist, signal to me that I'm number one, and tell me to go take a flying leap when they hear me coming up the road pushing hard.
That does not sound very encouraging.
I looked up the phrases and gestures they were using on the internet. These are words and gestures that they use in Europe. When someone is pushing really hard, they are only given to the most elite riders.
I would just be careful. Most of those bicycle riders do not look too stable.
I can't worry about them. The most important thing is to push hard and go as fast as I can.
Aren't you worried about the highway patrol giving you a ticket for speeding?
No, they have great respect for me. They always turn their lights on for me and follow me after I pass them. This is just like they do in MotoGP.
I think you're confusing this with the safety car that goes behind the riders after the sighting lap.
No, this is not true. They always come up to me after I stop and ask for my autograph. This has happened many times. They know I'm pushing hard at the maximum.
I just think it's better to travel at a safe speed and have fun.
When I ride on the street, I have to push hard. This is the only way to find out if my bike is set up properly for the track. This is what all the best riders do.
Who told you that? I've never heard of the top riders doing this.
I go to every forum, chat room, and website on the internet for my information, and they wouldn't lie.
Anyway, let's go get our bikes and head up to the real mountains.
That sounds good. Right after I put a second coat of chain lube on and take off my tire warmers.